The discovery that has made everything that we know now possible came through in 2009. And at that time, what was discovered here at the Barshop is that we can use a drug called rapamycin, and that drug will slow down the process of aging and make mice live longer and healthier lives. The big discovery was to use that drug and have the same extraordinary effects in humans. And those are studies that have been performed for the first time here at our institution, directed by Dr. Dean Kellogg, where he was able to work with a small group of veterans who volunteered to try and see what would happen if they used this drug. And the results so far are incredible. There is hope that this drug will actually delay aspects of the process of aging, and one that my lab cares most about is the degeneration that happens with Alzheimer's disease. That decline is something that affects the lives of so many people in the world, and we need to do something about it. So this is like we have been able to take a look into a big dark room. There's this first glimmer of light, and we can see something, and we can follow that little glimmer and start making the light bigger and shine a light in the whole room. And this will reveal all the knowledge that we don't have at this time, and that will give us the power to figure out ways to intervene, not only with rapamycin, but we will be able to design drugs to intervene at many other points in the process. It may be early to say, but I think that there is a real and very concrete promise that the research that we have done at the university is going to translate in ways to make the lives of all our community members, not only the patients, but their families, to make their lives better, to improve long lives so that these lives are better.
We really are in a crisis with the situation of Alzheimer's disease. Every single day, 1,000 people are diagnosed, and it's really only going to get worse. We also have the component that's oftentimes either overlooked or not stressed enough, and that's helping the caregivers. Our nursing school received a grant from the Nancy Hurd Foundation to create a center for the caregiver and providing resources and help. Physical therapy, occupational therapy is extremely important in terms of keeping people as functional as possible for as long as possible.
The aspect of serving was absolutely critical to me in selecting the profession of occupational therapy. Occupational therapy approaches all the activities of daily living. Working with a client with dementia or Parkinson's definitely involves the entire team as well as all the family members and caregivers. It has to have the team. There's really no one discipline that can carry this.
We also have great things going on in our new dental school clinic, which is now located right next door to our Medical Arts and Research Center, in fact connected by a sky bridge. And they are able to accommodate geriatrics patients confined to wheelchairs in a way that makes their dental care much easier and complementary to the other types of care that those patients need. What we're doing here, creating a center for Alzheimer's disease and neurodegenerative diseases, is really, really important. It's important that we do it because we can. We have all of the elements. Alzheimer's disease is an epidemic. The only way we're going to really beat this is to have us all work together. And in this city, in this part of Texas, we're leading the charge, and we are inviting everybody to help us.
I would run into him on campus. He always stopped and talked and acted interested, but he never asked me for a date or anything. He was just friendly and nice. And finally, after about a year, I was in the library and he said, "Why don't you leave the books and let's go get a Coke?" And so we did, and we hit it off nicely. And so that began our friendship. After we had been going together for some time, I said, "Why did you wait so long to ask me out?" And he said, "I didn't have any money to take you out." And so we went together then through the rest of our college years, and then were married right after that. When we came to San Antonio, he served with Mr. Zachary on Metropolitan Hospital Board, and that led into the Health Science Center and becoming involved there. Glenn was always thinking of ways to promote the Health Science Center because he realized that it was such an economic factor in the city. That was what kept him driven to try to make it bigger, better, and get money for it. Well, after he realized that he was losing some of his memory and so forth, he became very concerned about trying to find something to help him, and if it couldn't help him, that it could help others. And I remember driving him for his meeting with Dr. Henrich and the dean. They caught the vision of what he was trying to express, his deep desire to find something that could help people, because it's a dreadful disease. And as I saw it take its toll on him, he wanted to help others. There's no central place to get the help that you need. We were very fortunate. Dr. Solomon was so caring and helpful. But as she said, there's so much that we do not know. The research is very important. This was his dream, and he would be so pleased. He took great pride in doing what he could to help the Health Science Center all of the years that he had. It's my pleasure to do what I can to carry on his wishes. Don't give up hope. Something good is going to come, and it will. I know it will. You cannot live without hope.